Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and I am back for another PC accessible game spotlight video. This time we are taking a look at a Steam game. It is only on PC right now. Not sure if it's coming. I think it is coming. Actually, yes. I think I did see on Twitter that it is coming to consoles at some point, hopefully later this year. But we are taking a look at a game called Slay the Princess, and it seems to be a graphic novel type of game, and it is fully voice acted, but for the menus and whatever prompts there are and such, I guess there is a self-voicing option. I have never launched this game yet. We are at the Steam page here, my Steam library page for Slay the Princess. I am going to go ahead and click on play because I want to see what the initial, like if it tells me anything as far as like, hey, press whatever button to enable speech. Now I know what the button is supposed to be, but I just want to see if it gives any indication. So we do have a content warning thing up here, and that is nice large text. Black background. Now there is nothing. Actually, let me hit. So basically, you're supposed to be able to hit the letter V as in Victor. Okay, I was wondering if it would read.
Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart, and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story.
Okay. So after I hit V, you heard the sound effects go down for a minute, but it didn't re-speak that first screen, that content warning. So now that I've hit V, I'm going to Alt F4 this, and just out of curiosity, I'm going to relaunch the game and see if it remembers and see if it'll reread me that content warning screen from the beginning. Let's see what happens. Now that I've... So we got our logo, or our company logo. Okay, so it's not reading that again.
Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces,
so it's just not going to read that
have
first
heart.
screen. Okay.
New game.
Okay, yep, so I can just arrow up and down.
Load game. Preferences. Controls. Accessibility. Join our Discord. Follow us on Twitter. Quit.
Okay.
Join our Discord.
Well, you know what we got to look at.
Accessibility.
Of course we got to look at accessibility.
Font override, text size scaling, line spacing scaling, high contrast text, self-voicing volume drop. The options on this menu are intended to improve accessibility. They may not work with all games, and some combinations of options may render the game unplayable. This is not an issue with the game or engine. For the best results when changing fonts, try to keep the text size the same as it originally was.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. What I will say, though, I have not touched the text size. This is how you do font size. Like, its default size is pretty pleasantly readable, even as a low vision player. I'm quite pleased with this. I do wish that this option screen used a dark background like the title screen did. Even just having a black or like a dark background color scheme would be nice, just to avoid all the empty white space there, or light gray as it were. So what I'm wondering...
Default selected. Deja vu sans.
What?
Default. Font override.
Oh.
Default selected.
Okay, so default.
Font override, text size scaling, line spacing scale. Default selected.
So I'm here using an up and down arrow. So don't up and down arrow through the options. Let me see if I can tab. Oh, okay, I can't tab, but can I left and right arrow then?
Deja vu sans. Default selected.
Okay, so that is a problem. And I was afraid that was going to happen. There was another game that I played fairly recently that was like this, where you would go into the options and you couldn't, I tried arrowing, I tried tabbing, up, down, left, right. What if I, no, that doesn't work. Page up, page down didn't do anything. So you're unable to adjust the options. You can hit V, you can play the game, but adjusting options, whatever the interface is, it's not apparently meant for that. Maybe they could enable like being able to tab and shift tab, and then being able to use your arrow keys to adjust whether it's your drop down box for choosing your font, or I see some left right sliders here. So being able to do that, and again, this is another game, I don't understand this trend that you cannot hit escape to go back, and it kind of bugs the hell out of me, because now I gotta find
Font override,
where the
text
hell
size
is
scaling, disable selected. Font override, text size scaling, line spacing scaling, high contrast
where
text.
is the back button?
Font override, text size scaling, line spacing scaling, high contrast. Font override, text return.
Oh, return. Okay, I guess I'm used to seeing back. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, I can Alt Enter this, so I can make it full screen. That's good.
New game.
So yeah, unfortunately, the option screen doesn't seem to be as accessible. But from what I know, like I said, this is a visual novel, so you're probably just going to be choosing dialogue choices if I had to guess. And again, this is fully voice acted, so let's just go ahead and do a new game.
New game.
And see what this is about. And this is supposed to have some, like I said, with the content warning, I saw on the Steam page there is some mature themes and content in here, so I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into, but we're going to find out.
Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so I must have to hit a key to advance, which is fine, actually. And, even though this is accessible, this is a game designed for fully sighted players, and so we do have some really nice artwork, still shots here in the background.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, I remember seeing this description right on the Steam page.
Explore. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Explore. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Explore. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Explore. Can't someone else do this? Explore. Forget it, I'm not doing this. Explore. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Okay, we're going from pretty interesting to just flat out grim on our first choice.
Explore. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Okay, we're only going to do it for validation and reward. Boy, that sounds like a modern thing if I've ever heard, doesn't it?
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolucion.
Oh god, that's funny. There's a lot of choices here. Holy crap.
Silently continue to the cabin. Turn around and leave. Auto forward.
Okay, so it doesn't wrap around. Uh-oh. I don't think it liked me hitting the arrow keys so rapidly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have done that?
Auto. Chapter 1. Explore. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Explore, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Explore,
Yeah,
the end
so
of the world?
don't
What are you
rapidly, you
talking
kind of have
about?
to pace your arrowing. Learn that the hard way. Okay, so I'm just going to say, yeah, what is this end of the world
I'm
nonsense?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You
And how
have to
might she
put an
cause
end
that?
to her.
Okie dokie.
Explore, but how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
That was sort of my question.
Explore, if you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her.
So let's just be generally inquisitive.
Explore,
And I'm not even
but
going to
how
read all
can a
these
princess locked
options.
away in a basement
Linger
end the
on
world?
specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
So I may or may not read all of the results here because, again, if I hear one that just kind of immediately speaks to me, we're going to choose that and just see where the story takes us. Again, they said there's no right or wrong answers. The story just is going to go where it's going to go. And it's, again, this is a game that's going to offer us lots of replayability.
Explore, do you have any evidence to back this up? Explore, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end
I
the
like
world
this
is because
one.
she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Okay.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Uh-huh.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Alrighty.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Explore, do you have any evidence to back this up?
So, I kind of want to I want to know if I do what they're, if I just follow to say, okay, I'm just going to be the drone to do what they tell me. I want to know if it's going to backfire or if I'm just going to find out that, oh, this is a psychology test. Now you're just an evil prick. I kind of want to...
Explore, killing a princess seems Explore, can't someone else do... Explore,
Where was that
forget it.
one?
Explore, have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Explore, do I get some sort... Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm
That's
not
a new
committing
one.
to any... Auto forward.
Oh. Okay.
Auto forward. Okay, I'm sold.
What? So sometimes when I arrow, when it goes to the auto forward and I arrow back up again, it doesn't always respond. But if I hit escape,
Chapter 1.
it pauses.
Explore. Explore.
And now I can arrow
someone
up and
else
down
do this?
again.
Explore. Forget it. I'm not. Explore. Have you considered that maybe... Explore. Do I get some sort... Look, I'll go to the cabin and... Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet. I've always wanted to off a monarch.
Yeah, so that
Viva
was
la
the one I was...
revolution.
That was the one I was looking for, just to be really snarky for this video. But like I said, it was weird because I read through part of that other dialogue, and then the other options didn't appear. It just said that auto forward. So we're going to choose this one because we're going to go against everything that I would normally do.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
Auto forward. Chapter 1. Chapter 1.
You
The
make
hero
your way
and the
up
princess.
short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
So we've got another background here. We've got a kind of a starry sky. We've got a nice little path going through some hills.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Now, one thing that I would suggest, the text is nice and large, but I would, again, I don't remember all the options as it was just reading through them in one spiel. Oh, that was just under accessibility. I wonder if there was actually things under settings. If it's not already there, I would say having an option to put a background over the behind the text, because right now you've got the light letters, and you've got a lighter background, so the contrast on that is not great. So having an optional text box background would be a helpful thing.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Wait, so that's the same guy?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So why are you speaking in the same voice? At least I thought it was. You're telling me, so I've been told to kill her, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh no, we're supposed to save her.
Proceed into the cabin.
So I wonder if that was, is this supposed to be like your inner conscience? And you're just remembering what you were told at one point before the game started?
Chapter
Let's just go
1.
into the cabin.
The hero and the princess.
Okay, we got our little cabin at the top of the hill.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table.
Yep.
Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Uh-huh.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alrighty.
Explore. Take the blade. Enter the basement. Explore.
We'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay.
Enter the basement. Auto forward. Enter the basement.
Here we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
So what I want to know, the first thing that came to my mind here is we walked right into this cabin. We just opened the door. We presumably didn't need a key. You have a blade on the table. We can just waltz right into the basement. I mean, what is keeping her down in the basement? What's keeping her from... Is there magic in this universe or world? Like what... I mean, from the way I entered, I guess unless the doors are all locked, but I mean, if they're just wooden doors, she could bash them down eventually. I don't know. Like, what's keeping her down here?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi. Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to...
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Never mind. Question answered.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
I almost wonder if this is some inner monologue.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe.
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nah. I haven't decided yet. I am just here to talk. Steel your nerves and step forward.
So I could just take the silent approach. I kind of want to be...
I haven't decided. Nah. Okay, yeah, you caught me.
I kind of want to
I'm here
choose
to
this
slay
one.
you.
I just want to see what she says.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare.
Yeah, because it's the same voice actor. So like I said, I want to know what's going on with my inner voice or what the hell's going on here.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it. Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Ah, the plot thickens.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's got this like kind of really, I like her voice acting because she's kind of maybe a little bit of snarky, a little flirty at first, but now there's this kind of dark undertone creeping in.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Explore. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
So for the sake of the video, and presumably possibly getting a quick ending...
Explore. Are you sure she's not armed? Explore. I am sorry. Can we just talk? I am not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. I am...
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade. Drop the blade. Slay the princess.
Alright, let's see what happens, man. We're just following orders.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Oh boy.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust
And I'm
deliver
dead.
a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Oh, okay.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
So I figured either one of two things was going to happen. It would be a quick game over, or shit would go south real fast.
Holy shit, that hurts!
You think? A broken jaw? Yeah, that would hurt.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
And she's going to try to grab the blade.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Uh-huh.
We can still turn this around.
Give up. Finish the job. Flee and lock her in the basement. Finish the job.
We're determined.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
God, you know, I wonder, I got to install this on my Steam Deck. Although, well, yeah, because even though I don't have a keyboard, I could go under options and check the box. But since I already have, as long as the Steam saves carry over, I wonder if it would save the fact that I had voice enabled. And if I could play this on my Steam, oh, this would be a great thing to play. I'll have to try that later.
Excuse me?
Oh, although I wonder, because it seems like it's using the Windows text-to-speech, so I wonder because SteamOS doesn't have that. Well, when I release this video, hopefully I will have tried that, and I can report back to you to tell you guys if, in fact, the text-to-speech does or does not work.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
Okay.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Huh.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
Okay.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Maybe.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Awesome.
Chapter 2. The Adversary.
Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alrighty, so there is a time loop thing happening, it would appear. So we died. Okay, so we got some weird sadistic Groundhog Day action going on here.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Explore. I'm getting a terrible sense of déjà vu.
Uh-huh.
Explore. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Explore. Okay, no. Explore, but I died. Explore, she's going to kill me again. Explore, but I already slew the princess. Proceed to the cabin. Turn around and leave.
We can't just leave. We're supposed to fight her. Where are you going? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay.
Nope.
Fine. You're persistent. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin.
Yeah.
I am not going to the cabin. Chapter 2.
Fine. I suppose
The
you just
Adversary.
quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Okay.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, so we're getting some real messed up, dark and twisted Groundhog Day meets the Stanley Parable. Okay, got it. Interesting.
Okay, okay. I'm going into the turn around, again, and leave,
Really keen on
again.
wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Sure
It's
am.
remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Well, I died and I'm okay. So maybe if everyone dies, we'll just be cool. How about
Chapter
that?
2. The
But fine,
adversary.
you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Okay.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Okay.
What's going on? Where are we? I told you we shouldn't have come here. I told you. But did you listen? No.
Chapter 2. The adversary. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. Chapter 2. The adversary. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close.
Okay, this
Chapter 2.
doesn't
Chapter
seem
2.
good.
The adversary. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone.
Huh.
Chapter 2. The adversary. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul.
Okay, wow, that's an interesting, metaphor?
Chapter 2. The adversary. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Oh, let's see.
Embrace the thoughts constricting you.
Yeah, why not?
Chapter 2.
Let's see where this goes.
The adversary. Urgency. You have a story you need to finish. It is the only way for us to escape this place. Chapter 2. The adversary. Force pushing against your will. No. You cannot go back. Not there. Chapter 2. The adversary. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. Chapter 2. The adversary. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation.
So I kind of wish that it wouldn't just keep saying chapter 2. I think it's probably saying like what's up in the upper left-hand corner. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, but...
Chapter
Oh, okay, I got
1.
an achievement.
The hero and the princess.
Oh, so now we actually
You're on
reset
a
to
path
chapter
in the
1.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So yeah, that must have been the end of the world, you know, the whole spiral, the whole weird feelers things. I wonder what would have happened if I would have woken up or chose that option. So, you know, this is a perfect example of a game that, you know, again, people complain, you know, I see a lot of complaints on AppleVis and other, you know, social media. People are complaining that accessible games are simplistic and, you know, they want something more complex and more actiony. And sure, I definitely agree with that to some degree. But, you know, whether it's visual or audio or both or whatever, I do not have a problem of, you know, I mean, I still like Pac-Man. I still, you know, and you're just using up, down, left, and right. You know, there are still some, you know, Atari early NES era style games that don't have many buttons, and I love those games. So it's not that it's necessarily simple, there just has to be something that is compelling enough to pull you through. And just seemingly the variety of options that we get, it's not, and it's like, this isn't just your choose your own adventure where it's like you get 1 to 3 choices and the story just seems to go in the same way, but just slightly different. This just seems really, really intriguing. Like the story alone, I've covered a few other recent adventure games, graphic novel type of things. I don't know if this is from the same developer as them, but what was it? There was the two arcade related adventure games. I don't know if I'm going to release this one first or release the other. I'll probably release the other ones first, but whatever order I do, hitting V to enable them. I wonder if this is from the same developer. The story in this one is really weird and twisted and compelling, and that is kind of keeping me intrigued here.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
So I do want to try to talk to her a little bit, because we haven't heard much of the princess. So I'll do at least partially through one other sequence here, at least through chapter 1, and we'll see what happens.
Chapter 1. The hero and the princess. Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard,
or
that's
R1
good, on your controller.
Okay, so you can play this with a controller. I really, really hope that some of this text-to-speech is supported on the Steam Deck. Because it's not Windows, though. I don't know if it will, and that's going to be such a bummer, because I would love to play this in my recliner. I would love to play this in my recliner on my Steam Deck.
Chapter 1. The hero and the princess. The narrator.
Huh. So if it doesn't work, I will reach out to the developer and see if there's something he could do to remedy that for these games.
Explore. The end of the world? What are you?
No.
Explore. Have you considered that maybe the only Explore. Killing a princess seems kind of. Explore. Can't someone else? Explore. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
So I'm going to go to the cabin.
Explore. The end of the world? Explore. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the... Explore. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Explore. Can't someone else... Explore. Have you considered... Explore. Do I get some... Look, I'll go to the... Auto forward. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
The more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Chapter 1. The
You
hero
make your
and
way
the
up
princess.
The short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. Chapter 1. The hero and the princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Explore.
So
Take
we'll
the blade.
tab.
Enter the basement.
We're going to enter the basement. We're going to leave the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen
This
light
is probably
in the
going to be
below.
the same,
This is an oppressive place.
but I want to see if
The
he
air
comments
feels
on me
heavy
not
and
having the
damp,
blade.
a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
All right.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, so that's even different, because before she was kind of almost like calling to me, and now this time she's like scared.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi. Just checking in. I am here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
So we're going complete 180 this time.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I still wonder about why it's the same voice kind of doing both sides. That's why I think it's a monologue or something. Because otherwise you'd think you'd have a third voice actor playing your devil's advocate or whatever.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
No, I didn't.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on. Let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
I don't see how a blade could cut through chains again unless we're dealing with magic here, which...
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Yeah, but what's a blade gonna do?
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, I do not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I am going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Okay.
Is someone else here?
Explore, hey. Let me out of here. Explore, try the door. Return to the bottom of the stairs. Explore, hey. Let
Your
me out of
shouts and
here.
pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself
Spooky.
once again. You're here to slay the princess.
Yeah, well now I can't even get the
And you
blade,
won't
so...
leave until the task is done.
Uh-huh.
Explore, try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Return to the bottom of the...
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Sure, well...
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Sure did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a
Oh
trapped
God.
wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang
Oh.
of bouncing metal.
I didn't expect that.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Dude, she's gonna chew her hand off to get her... Wow. That took a turn I wasn't expecting.
Or we could use it to free her.
Yeah, but how... I said, unless it's some crazy-ass, like, super blade, you're gonna cut a chain
You
that
won't
way?
like what happens if you do that.
Oh, I'm curious.
Save the princess.
Yeah.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, see, I'm, like, I have a one-track mind here. I'm like, oh, cutting the chain. Yeah, no, just mutilate the princess. Yeah, okay, sure, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, that's where we're going.
You cut into her flesh.
Owie.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Oh, well, now we gotta stop
Her
the
limb
bleeding.
falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Gnarly.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
That's what I was thinking. I would have thought I would have heard a scream.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Yeah, this game's a little dark.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
She's a demon.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
All right, then.
Approach the locked door. Auto forward. Approach the
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
So who are you?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
What?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, I don't have any agency over this.
Watch me.
Yeah, there's got to be some weird, like, multiple personality shenanigans going on here.
What are you doing?
I would like to know that myself, princess.
Slay the princess.
Wait, what? There's a whole bunch of things that just say slay the princess,
Slay the princess.
but they don't all speak.
Auto forward. Slay the princess.
What the hell?
Save. Slay. Slay the princess.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart.
I didn't have any other choice. I tried to arrow a bunch of things to see if maybe if I arrowed down enough I would have another option.
But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
No.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
I love her voice acting, man. She's had, like... She was flirty, she's scared, I mean... Stellar voice acting here.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Yeah.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart.
Will I escape death,
It's not
though,
enough
this
to stop
time?
her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sink with ease.
Man, that demonic look she has in some of these panels. The artwork is pretty gnarly, too.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your
Dude, she's
blood
got
pools
glowing
on the ground
eyes.
beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Man, not a good day to be me.
Chapter 2. The Witch.
Oh, now we have a
You're on
different
path
chapter
in the
2.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And at the end of that dialogue is the end of this video, because we're not going to go any further. We are at another Groundhog Day situation, and I'm not going to let you guys know what the outcome of this is. I'm going to continue playing, but you guys, especially since this game is accessible, are just going to have to go buy it for yourself. Want to encourage you to support this developer. Again, very straightforward gameplay, just arrows basically. There's a little bit of weirdness, again, not being able to adjust the options, and then like that when it said slay the princess, like I would arrow down and there was like I said visually I saw there were just loads and loads of lines of just saying slay the princess as different options. But when I arrowed through them, it didn't always say anything. So there's a little bit of glitchiness with this, but overall, again, if it doesn't speak, hit escape. It'll kind of bring up the chapter menu. Hit escape again to return back to the game. And then, at least in most cases, it seems like that'll fix the dialogue and it'll read again. Don't arrow through your options too quickly, otherwise it got a little cranky, as I found out during that first set of several dialogue choices. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is Slay the Princess, a graphic novel that is, yes, I would say definitely pretty graphic, because it went some places already that I was not expecting. Like, okay, we're going to cut the hand off, but no, Princess is just going to gnaw through herself to try and escape. Okay. I didn't necessarily see that coming. But I am in, dead simple gameplay aside, who cares, man? Because, this story, this whole situation, I definitely want to know what some of these other alternatives are going to be and what all these different endings might be, because, we are... this stuff is happening here. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please support the developer. Pick this one up if you can. I will definitely try to install this on my Steam Deck OLED to see if I can get it to... I'm sure it'll run, but whether the text-to-speech will work, because if it's using Windows text-to-speech API, I don't know. But if it doesn't work, I will let you know when I eventually unlock this video. I'll put maybe a thing in the description, and I will post, on Twitter when I do it. And if it doesn't work, I will reach out to the developer and say, hey, just out of curiosity, could you make this self-voicing somehow work on the Steam Deck? Because I would love to kick back in my recliner and play this madness. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. Twitch.tv/illegally-cited. illegally-cited.com. And right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.